people. My name is Willemijn, and like how I described in the notes that you most likely didn't read yet, today I'm going to share with you something that I would have realized like years ago. Years ago I started my own practice of meditation, of yoga, of this journey more inwards. Of course, I don't know where you are at right now, if you just started or already on the path for a while. But when I started, it was like I started meditation, I started like with mindfulness, with the app. And then I started to realize how ridiculous it was to have so many thoughts. I was like, wow, what is this? Is this all going on in my head? And later on I started to realize that all these thoughts and all these emotions, that they cause like an action, like without even knowing that the way how we think and how we feel is also like how we act. So what I get back in the business building training that I do with my customers is a lot that we do things a certain way. So either we don't do it, we don't do the things that we have to do for our business, or we do them rushy, we run, we don't even know, we are not aware of it. So when we do realize what we should do and we don't do it, or when we do way too much and we should do less, then we come to this point. To this point of sitting together. And while you're sitting, what is happening? First of all, what is happening around you? In my case, I have someone at the neighbors who start to make a lot of noise. So I'm like, oh, I should have closed the window. And then maybe I still have a little bit of this attempt to go and close the window. And what is happening in the mind, in your mind? Is it busy or is it calm? Because we think that meditation is like sitting and then becoming as still as possible. And then we get frustrated because the meditation is not working out, or we want to go on our phone, or it's getting boring. But meditation, in my point of view, is, and that is why I start after like 2 minutes talking about this and not immediately. The ones who think, we go and sit and meditate and right now it's going to be quiet and I'm going to be nice and peaceful, they are already gone. They already clicked away. So for the ones who are still here, meditation is way more if you're standing, walking, it doesn't matter what you are doing right now. But it can all be meditation. Because I told you in the beginning that I would have wanted to realize something way more earlier. And that requires a little bit of a talk first before you get the understanding of it. So first of all, it's important that you do realize that you have thoughts. And then a lot of people say, yeah, I already know that. Now this is part of it. Because okay, you already know it, so okay, I have thoughts. I have thoughts. I have emotions. And those thoughts and emotions are moving me when I'm not aware of them. Okay? And when I am aware of them, so not like how I was doing a show just now, like, yeah, I know, I have thoughts and emotions. But like really aware. Because when we are aware of the things that are happening inside of us, then we can start making a choice. We can start making the choice to not act upon them anymore. But when we are not really aware, like for example, you really want to go and do something, to build something. This can just be anything. Just make it your own story. You want to build a business. You want to go traveling. You want to have a good relationship with your kid. You want to be a good mama, papa. Or maybe you want to move. So it really doesn't matter what it is. Just take something. And we know that we want it. But every time we want to make a choice in it, or we want to do something with it, it is not working out. It is not working out. And that's why I say it's so important to know your thoughts and emotions. Not because you need to make a study out of it or write a paper about it. I think better not. It should be funny. You can work on yourself doing that. When it comes to money, we can write a lot of papers. Believe me. But okay, we are not going to make a paper out of it. It's just you being aware. And then when you start to be aware, then you start seeing, hey, every time when it comes to this topic that I really want, or really want to change, or really want to see different, I actually don't act. Or I start to act upon differently. Maybe you start to fight. You want to have a good relationship with your kid or with your husband or with your wife or with your ex-husband. And you start to fight. Because you have the idea that you need to fight. So you start to act upon differently than that you want. And when you want to move or when you want to start traveling, then you still don't travel. Or you still don't call this 60 customers potential customers. While when you want to have a business, you want to have customers, so it makes sense to start calling those customers, no? Yeah. And when you start realizing that is the moment to say stop. And this whole process was already your meditation. Because it requires a lot of awareness. To see all of this happening, it's like a full-time job in the beginning. But it's the most profound full-time job, I can tell you. Because when you are aware of this, it means that you can change it. It means that you can act upon differently. It means that you can go from a bad relationship or from always fighting or from not going to travel or not moving. You can make a change. And then what I hear a lot is, yeah, it didn't work out. Yeah, I did it. I tried it the last year, but it didn't work out. That means that you didn't do it. Maybe you tried, but you didn't. You didn't start calling this 60 people. You didn't invite your husband, wife to have a loving conversation without fighting. You didn't really connect in the moment with your kid, with yourself, with what is happening, instead of, you can fill in. So then the mind starts saying, oh, I did it wrong. No, you didn't. But you didn't start yet. So you cannot say, I'm already doing this for a year. Or I already have tried this over the last 10 years. Yes, you tried, yes. But you can make a change by really doing it. And that requires someone next to you to show you that you didn't intend yet. Because the 60 phone calls or the loving conversation wasn't there yet. And that requires someone next to you who is very honest. Because otherwise you think that you did, but you didn't. I told you in the beginning I should have closed the window. I will. It's getting too bad. Better. So, and today is your start. So what do you want? What are the required actions? And you start doing the required actions. Because when you don't, it makes sense that 1 year later nothing happened, nothing changed. Because it's not your coach is saying it or whatsoever. It's you who is not doing it. It's us. And we are the only ones who can say, oh, stop. Here, I'm going with this. And I don't want to go with this anymore. Stop. I want to be right here, right now. And when you are here, right now, everything is quiet. And you just do what you have to do. And otherwise, you're not here, right now. You're still living upon from your mind. And that is something that you can change by training. We have a community. Every week on Friday we train together, directly after the meditation. And then we train to be right here, right now, and to act upon from the right here and the right now. And the right here, right now, is not having all the stories, all these conversations, all these talks. It's just quiet. A quiet space where you can act upon from. So, do you want to learn more? Look at the details in the show notes. Do you have questions? Please ask. You can always repeat this session over and over and over. The first thing is knowing, yes, I have thoughts, I have emotions, and right now the world around me is created by me, by my thoughts, by my emotions, because they are creating my actions when I'm not aware of them. Every Friday I'm here from 11:15 until 11:30. So tell everybody, share it with all your friends, with everybody who can use it. And I see you next week. Lots of love. Bye bye.